Objectives. We will be exploring circle, object selection, rectangle, and polygon, especially hexagon. You are encouraged to pause and practice along with the video lesson. You may open the exercise file, draw command exercise 1.dwg and follow the lesson. You may also refer to the notes unit 2 page 2-6, 7 and 8. For circle command, there are many options to choose from, however we will be focusing on center, radius, center, diameter and tangent, tangent radius. Let's start off with center, radius option. Do always to read the command line as it will prompt you the next action to take. In this case, it's to specify center point. Beside it there are options that you can select, but let's just stick to specifying the center point. Let's select the intersection point on the left. We can specify the radius or toggle to diameter by clicking on the diameter option. We stick to radius option. Notice how the circumference of the circle is moving with the cursor. Key in size 20 as radius. Next, draw another circle on the right. This time instead of selecting circle, diameter option, we will select the diameter option inside the command. Select the diameter option. Notice how the preview of the circle has changed. Now the cursor is at diametrial distance away from the center of the circle. Key in size of 60. Next we will use tangent radius to create the rest of the feature. For tangent radius, the placement of your selection is important. Select or click near the place where the circle is most likely tangent to. Click near the outer of both circles. Key in radius of 150. Next I will demonstrate using the same command but selecting or clicking near the inner side of the circles. Notice that the circle of the same radius of 150 is now created, where the tangent is near to the previously selected points. I will erase the circle. To erase or delete, select the circle and press the delete button, or you can right-click and select erase. Next I will trim the circle as I only need the portion connecting between the two small circles. Select trim command. Now select the cutting edges, which will be the two smaller circles. Press spacebar or again enter to confirm. Next select the unwanted portion. Notice that it will be gray out in the preview. Select it and end the command by pressing spacebar or escape key. To complete the diagram, once again activate tangent radius command. Select the tangent points on the inner side of the circles and key in 80. Next I will trim the big circle. Select the cutting edges, which will be the two smaller circles. Press spacebar or again enter to confirm. Select the unwanted portion. Notice it will be gray out in the preview. Select it and end the command by pressing spacebar or escape key. We move on to object selection. Objects in a drawing can be selected in two ways. Choose a command first and then select the objects, or select objects first and then choose a command. For single object selection, just simply click on the line or curve element. The object will be highlighted. If more is required, just keep clicking the additional element. You can move or stretch the element depending on the glyph that you have selected. OK. Let's undo. For undo, press Ctrl and Z, or undo button at the top. Now I will demonstrate how to change layers. After selecting the lines, change the layer from outline to hidden. The line type for the lines will be changed to dashed. Once done, press the Escape key. We will learn about window selection next. For selection of multiple objects, we can use window selection. Select a location, left-click on mouse, release the button and drag the mouse from left to right. Only objects enclosed completely inside the blue solid window will be selected. The objects will be highlighted as well. Left-click again to confirm the selection. To cancel the entire selection, press the Escape key. The next type of selection is crossing selection. Select a location, left-click on mouse, release the button and drag the mouse from right to left. Objects enclosed or crossed by the green background dashed line window will be selected. To cancel the entire selection, press the Escape key. To remove objects from the current selection, hold down the Shift key and select objects to be excluded. Selection using the lasso method. For the window selection using lasso, hold down the left mouse button and drag or move from left to right. Only objects enclosed inside the blue background will be selected. Similarly for the crossing selection, hold down the left mouse button and move it from right to left. Only objects crossed or enclosed by the green background will be selected. Next up, rectangle. Rectangle is created by specifying 2 points that are the opposite corners of the rectangle. If you have dynamic input activated, you just need to key in the relative position for the second point. Next up we have polygon, mainly concentrating on hexagon. Before going into the command, we will learn about 2 main options that will be used to create the hexagon. Hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides. When creating a polygon, you can choose between circumscribed or inscribed option. For circumscribed option, the hexagon is outside the circumference of the imaginary circle. The size of the hexagon is determined by the distance across the flats, AF, as shown. The radius of the circle is half the across flat distance. For inscribed option, the hexagon is bounded inside the circle. Size of the hexagon is the distance across the corners, AC, as shown. Radius of the circle is half of the across corners distance. For polygon command, go to the arrow beside the rectangle icon. Click on it to expand. And select polygon. The inscribed option will be demonstrate first. For hexagon, the number of sides is 6. Select the center of the polygon as prompted. Select the inscribed option. And key in radius of 20. Notice that it is bounded inside a circle of same radius. Size of the hexagon is specified by its across corners distance. Next will be the circumscribed option. Repeat the same procedure. However, select the circumscribed option when prompted. Key in radius of 20. Take note that the hexagon is outside of the circle. Size of the hexagon is specified by its across flat distance. Now I will demonstrate how to rotate the polygon directly from the command. After keying the radius, use less than symbol and specify the angle required.